everyone, welcome to Benji's Foods. Today I'll be making some honey jerk salmon. Now to make this you need the following ingredients you can see, which will be listed in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and let's get to it. Okay, so the first step is to wash the salmon. Now I've just done this by washing it under the sink, making sure that it's nice and clean. Then what I did was I just patted it down with some tissue just to make sure it's dry, ready for the seasoning. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add on the seasoning onto the salmon. So I'm going to start off just by adding a bit of salt onto the salmon. Doesn't have to be too much. Then I'm going to add some black pepper, ground black pepper, onto the salmon. Then I'm going to add some garlic granules, all-purpose seasoning, some jerk seasoning, and some mixed herbs. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to mix in the dry ingredients into the salmon, making sure that every piece of the salmon is seasoned properly. This will give it a nice taste when cooking the salmon. Making sure that even the skin as well has been seasoned properly. Now if you think that you've put a bit too much seasoning on, you can put a little bit less on. However, I like mine nice and seasoned. There you go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to add a little bit of the jerk marinade onto the salmon. Not too much, because you'll be adding the remaining jerk marinade for the sauce. Then you're gonna just paste that on. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna leave this to sit for around about 30 minutes, and I'll come back to it and get ready to fry it on the frying pan. Okay, so while you're leaving your salmon to marinate, the best thing to do is to make the sauce. Now to make the sauce, you'll need the following. You need some soy sauce, and then you'll need some honey, which you'll add into the soy sauce. Make sure that you get all the honey in. And then finally, what you're going to do is add a little bit of the jerk marinade that was left into the sauce. Then you're going to mix it all together. There you go. Got your sauce ready, which we put it on the salmon later on. Hi there guys, so we're back. Now what we're going to do, we're going to cook the salmon. What we're going to do first, we're going to turn the hob on, put it onto a medium heat. Once the pan is heated up to a nice temperature, you're going to add in the butter into the pan. Make sure that all the areas are covered. Then you're going to add the garlic, crushed garlic, into the pan. Then you're gonna make sure that the garlic's nice and cooked, which will give it a nice aroma. Ready for the salmon to put in. See, it looks nice now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add in the salmon. You can see the salmon. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna add the salmon in, skin down first. With the skin at the bottom of the pan. Then you're gonna let that sit for around about 3 minutes and let that cook. Now if you can see, the salmon's cooking nice and the skin is becoming nice and golden brown. What I tend to do as well is just to make sure that all the butter is evenly spread onto the salmon. And put a little bit on top if you want. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the salmon around. But do this slowly because you don't want the salmon to break. Make sure that all the salmon is buttered correctly. If it's too high, just turn it down a little bit. There you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add in the honeyjerk sauce. I'm going to go around, put some on top of the salmon too. Turn the temperature down a little bit so it doesn't cook too quick. You can see I'm putting it all over the salmon, making sure that every piece of salmon is getting cooked nice. What you're going to do, you're going to leave this to cook until the sauce becomes nice and thick. And then what you're going to regularly do is just keep on turning them around. So I'm going to turn it around now. You can see it's looking nice and golden brown on top. Then what you're going to do, just go put some of the sauce you have from the honey, place it on top. It's really nice. As you can see, the salmon's looking nice and golden brown. Now it's ready to plate. There you have it, your honey jerk salmon, ready to eat. Now I've added this with some asparagus and some mashed potatoes. Gives it a nice, which complements the meal really nice. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you very soon.